Next piece, again, has elements of From Russia with Love. And here is a peek into the hidden world of espionage that goes on amongst the so-called famous people's group and how things really operate behind the scenes. This was a piece I took where it described, with her long blonde hair, catwalk figure and dazzling smile, it's easy to believe that Stella Peshenak could have been one of the victims of the disgraced Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein. I guess that belongs in the eye of the beholder category as well, as none of those things applied by a picture, but indeed, that's exactly what Stella Peshenak told a New York Magazine writer, Ben Wallace, when she introduced herself as Anna, with another terrible story about the influential producer, however, with his journalistic instincts. But Wallace smelt a rat. And when they met for coffee, Anna confided that she'd had an affair with Weinstein and that it had ended badly. But there was something about her story that didn't quite ring true, as she seemed far more concerned, in fact, with asking questions about other Weinstein victims than her own story. However, call it paranoia, but Wallace had a sneaking suspicion that she was recording him. However, Rose McGowan, who is the actress who first accused Weinstein of rape, was rather more easily fooled, as Stella's plausible manner and hard-to-place European accent convinced the actress that she was Diana Phillip, another name change, and was an executive from a London asset management firm, Rubin Capital Partners. You know where that leads to. Who wanted to invite McGowan to speak at a gala dinner. And Rose McGowan, whether she was in California or New York, Diana, as she's now called, always seemed to be conveniently nearby, and they met up for long walks, drinks and a girls' night out, and McGowan even told her there was no one else in the world she could trust, but it was all a con. Just like Anna, Diana was merely a cover-up dreamed up by Stella, as she was a spy working for the infamous Mossad-linked Israeli intelligence company called the Black Cube. What was unearthed was a contract dated July the 11th, 2017, between Weinstein's lawyers and the British arm of the Israeli firm, show that Weinstein had tasked Black Cube with two primary objectives. One, to provide intelligence which will help the client's efforts to completely stop the publication of a new negative article in a leading New York newspaper, and two, to obtain additional content of a book which is currently being written, which includes harmful negative information on and about Weinstein. Now, to achieve this, Black Cube promised a dedicated team as part of the operation, codenamed Parachute, and the organization introduced Stella to Weinstein, and her main objective was to befriend Rose McGowan, obtain a draft of her memoir and then discredit it. And she was tasked with finding out about and blocking other allegations about Weinstein, just like the stories Ben Wallace was working on. The British arm of the Israeli firm comment shows the interconnectivity of the former Five Eyes groups that we covered in From Russia with Love 7, does it not? If that seems unlikely, consider that Black Cube was set up by former Israeli intelligence officers in 2010 and is known for and trades on its links with the feared Mossad intelligence service, known as Israel Secret Intelligence Service, or ISIS for short. And the campaign certainly seems to have been successful after several high-profile cases against Weinstein, including those by actress Ashley Judd and Hollywood producer Lucia Evans, have been struck out. Now, Weinstein's legal team, led by Donna Rotuno from Chicago, one of Obama's crew, nicknamed the Bulldog, and a picture suggests that, are confident of getting their client off when his trial begins on 5 counts of sexual assault and rape, which begins on January the 6th. No doubt the media will cover that, or cover it up. And she was not the only one in the Black Cube cast of actors. The Briton Seth Friedman, a one-time Guardian journalist, The Guardian is a newspaper in the UK, and a former equities broker who spent time in the Israeli Defence Forces, told the Mail on Sunday that he too was tasked with finding out who was talking to the press. Now, in March 2018, Black Cube and Cambridge Analytica each denied a Cambridge Analytica ex-employee, Christopher Wiley's, statement that the company had hired Black Cube services. This was the same Cambridge Analytica who were involved in the scandal last year with the revelations that the data of as many as 87 million Facebook users and their friends have been misused by Cambridge Analytica. That had been called a game changer in the world of data protection, as the regulators seek to raise awareness about how to secure information. 87 million is a drastic underestimation. So the Black Cube Israeli intelligence service is also involved in Facebook and Cambridge Analytica. On April 5th this year, the Senate Intelligence Committee sent a letter to Walter Soriano, the owner of USG Security Limited, which is based in Britain and Israel, for its communications with Paul Manafort, Michael Flynn, the Psy Group, Wikistrat, and Black Cube. Orbis Business Intelligence, a firm co-founded by Christopher Steele. Oh my. Christopher Steele was the one who wrote the BS Russian collusion document after Hillary, as the head of the Blue Dragon Group, had instructed him to do, to dig dirt on Trump before the election. Told you, they all connect. Now, in response, the company denied any connection and stated that neither they nor anyone acting on their behalf has ever had any communication or collaboration with Walter Soriano or anyone on his behalf. Yeah, right. Oh, the irony of a sideshow group, while still operating behind the veil of Mossad, call themselves the Black Cube. This group of so-called private intelligence is operating on the same lines as the open source man Robert David Steele. Because if you think for 1 second that guy operates outside of the CIA, you are clearly not as awake as you thought you were. All these private security groups are subsidiaries of the Five Eyes and the Echelon system. They set them up to get around the very few rules that protects the people and allows them carte blanche to operate with impunity and zero oversight. As some people will see about the antics of Robert David Steele, which we may have in next week's show. further antics of Mr. Robert David Steele, I might add. And of course, we covered the Black Cube in From Russia with Love 8 and its satanic and off-world connections to the Sirius star system, along with its connections with the holy Islamic site at the Mecca. Israelis picking Muslim names for their corporation. Well, I never.